There's two kinds of pensions throughout the world, only two. One is like a 401k, defined contribution, which Andy is an expert at. And the second is called defined benefit, which is industrial age pension plans. So this is Andy Tanner. His book is 401 Chaos. We're not saying you shouldn't have a 401k. I think we should be aware of why we won't have one.
Well, it's interesting because one of the books that I love as much as Rich Dad Poor Dad is the cash flow quadrant. So if a person understands that, that will help them with their decision, right? I mean, if I am an employee, they're going to present me with a 401k plan. If I'm an investor, that's not going to be
The I quadrant, right?
Yeah, I quadrant. And so, you know, people, here's what's interesting. There's a lot of greed in the world, a lot of it. And if I was in my 20s, right, and up and coming and get into life, or if my son, when he gets that age, I'm going to say, son, people want your money. They're going to want it. Your employer wants to give you less of it. That's why they do a 401k instead of a pension. They want to give you less money. They want to keep most of it. The government wants your money through taxes, right? And the guys who want your money more than anyone else is Wall Street. So what I would say is just look at both sides. You know, if Robert and I were going to do a business deal together, we'd say, okay, this is what we're going to put in and this is what we hope to get out and this is how it's, you know, it may or may not work like that, but you need to know what Wall Street is going to do with that money and how much Wall Street's going to make. When you look at an average person, they're people,
average.
They'll say, where's their money at? It's in their house, and people think their house is an asset. And then you have your retirement. So Wall Street looks at this, and the bankers look at this. The bankers want your mortgage because they're going to charge you interest there, but Wall Street wants your 401k because they're going to take your fees. You know, you'll find that your mortgage is your liability, but it's the bank's asset. Your house payment is your expense, but it's the bank's income. Well, your 401k is the Wall Street's asset because the fees you pay is their income.
So the person owning the 401k isn't the one actually profiting from it. It's Wall Street.
No, you'd be appalled to know how much money Wall Street makes.
And get this book, Who Stole My Pension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The school teachers, firefighters, and police officers, they're being ripped off blind. Andy has charts on that. But your generation coming on, the reason I'm very hot on this subject is my generation, the baby boomers, were the first ones to have 401ks.
Yeah.
And how much does the average baby boomer have today, the 401k?
Oh, age 55 to 65, the median would be about 60,000.
And they're planning to live off of this.
For the rest of their lives.
And this is important for millennial money because millennials are not, now listen millennials, this is a clue. Millennials are not 55 to 65. So look, the first generation that shifted into 401ks are now getting ready to retire, 55, 65 years old. If you look at the median and you see that there is 60,000 and half the people have less than that, and you say, okay, sign me up for that program, you've got to be very, very smart.
There's approximately 7 billion people on planet Earth today. Between 2020 and 2030, 2 billion of the 7 billion will stop working. And they don't have any money.
Yeah.
And the choice is yours. That's the good news. Don't think that you have no choice. You do have a choice, right? And your choice is to be smart, or your choice is to just shy away and listen to everybody.
So I think that's one of my questions too, to put things into perspective is, okay, so the average balance of the 401k is around 50 to 60,000, right?
That's the median.
And so how long can you live off of that?
Well, that's a question that they should ask
How long could you
themselves.
live off today?
Yeah.
A year.
So
That's pretty good.
be cautious of promises.
Yeah.
Politicians will make you promises. Wall Street will make you promises. Your banker will make you promises. Be very, very, very careful about saying, oh, he promised me. I have a guarantee. Promise me, because you're going to find out if there's one thing I would tell my sons, beware, because promises are broken all the time.
And so my question is, when this crisis happens, it's not only going to affect the people who have a 401k, right? It's going to affect all of us.
But this is your generation. God bless you. You're the first generation where it's going to be global. Like at my generation, let's say that France had a crash It didn't affect America. Your generation, America's going to crash. The whole world goes down with it.
Yeah. And I know in people who aren't financially savvy, it's appealing for them to throw their money into a 401k, right?
If you just want to be stupid, put it in a 401k.
And who's the one managing the 401k? I mean, are they even competent enough to be investing?
There's two kinds. I mean, your generation's a lot more savvy, but also more stupid if you believe in a 401k.
Why was the 401k even created? I mean, how did this all start?
It's a bit of a long story, but it comes down to people want your money. So
Very simply, it was employees got too expensive. is what
correct.
happened.
People want your money.
And
the corporations want to hold back that cash and not give it to you.
And so even if we spend a little bit of time researching why it was created, we will see it's done for the wrong reasons and it's not truly benefiting us.
Yeah, there was never a group of men and women that got together, smart men and women who said, well, let's figure out how to benefit the worker. These people are either hired by corporations to trim their budget, or they're hired by Wall Street to increase what they bring in. The worker was not considered, in my opinion, in this conversation to the degree they should have.
So Robert, can you tell us what the three-legged stool is?
So the three-legged stool, when I was about your age, they said, okay, this is how you retire, three-legged stool. One is savings. Why would you save money when they're printing money? Why would you save money when they're going interest rates to zero? It's really stupid. So the second leg was a defined benefit pension plan. That's what my father's pension, the industrial age pension plan. And those are gone. And the third leg of the stool was a defined contribution, a 401k, or IRA, or a SIP. So those are the three-legged stools on your age. They say, just remember the three-legged stool. And my rich dad kept saying, they're lying to you, they're lying to you. Your father is an idiot, poor dad's an idiot. He's a PhD, but he's stupid. And so I didn't know who to listen to when I was your age, but I said, three-legged stool, savings, defined benefit, defined contribution. All three legs are gone today. So what's the three-legged stool without three legs?
Frisbee.
So congratulations, millennials. You've been screwed.
Yep, we're all Frisbees.
You have a Frisbee.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm really grateful that you guys are here with us and that you guys are educating our millennial audience, because now they have a choice with the information that they've received.